attacked by Metroid! Slash, I made a cool hair clip. He's see-through so you can see his organelles and his claws, and he's super fun to wear. I really enjoy him a lot. So for this week, here's what you need. Matte and clear shrink film. An oven-proof baking dish. Sharpies or other permanent markers of various colors. The template I made, which will be available from a link in the description. Clear embossing powder. 16 gauge black wire. Pliers and wire cutters. Industrial strength glue. The type of Metroid we're going to be making has 3 parts. It has a jelly helm section, a inside internal organ section, and of course its claws. We're going to be separating that into 2. So the first one's going to be your jelly-like section, which you're going to take your clear shrink film and color that in. The way I did it was I took 3 colors of green, a dark, a medium, and a light, and then just kind of filled it in, trying to blend them together as best I can. The shrinking process actually helps a lot with this process. Once you think everything is colored in, put it over a sheet of paper to make sure the only blank spot is the one in the middle where the organelles are going to go. Then cut it out and throw it in the oven. Then taking the matte shrink film, put it long ways on your template and start coloring in all of the internal organs using a similar process as to what you use to color in the helm. So basically a dark, a light, and a medium. Then just shade it together and fill it in until there are no more holes. Check by putting it over white paper. Once the internal organs are colored, you're going to want to start making a bridge between the internal organs and the claws. I did this by just extending the kind of organelles you see down there all the way up into the internal organ section, just by extending those cylinders, as you can see me doing, or muscles, I'm not sure what they're supposed to be. But I made them all brown colored, so I used a dark brown, and a light brown, and then a medium brown. Once you've extended it, go ahead and put it over the second template to actually color in the claws, using the same process as you have for everything else. Use the darker colors, a medium color, and a light color to get a shading effect, and then just sort of color it in and put it over a white piece of paper in the end to make sure you have 0 blank spots. Trust me, they do not look very good at all. Then just go ahead and cut it out. Once you've cut it out, you may want to trace around the outside with a dark pen just to make sure everything stays nice and clean. Then throw it in the oven and bake it just like you did for the helm piece. Once the 2 pieces have been shrunk, go ahead and place them in a heat-proof baking dish and arranged how you want them to fuse together. Make sure that with both pieces, it's colored side up, so both for the helm and the claw and internal organs. Once you like how they're placed, throw them into a 400-degree oven for 10 minutes. You need to wait a good long while after you take it out for it to be cooled down. Please don't burn yourself. Take your Metroid and a little bit of water and get the entire surface wet. You want it to be wet but not dripping, so you might have to blot it afterwards with a paper towel. Then go ahead and lay the Metroid onto a piece of paper. Carefully take out your embossing powder and sprinkle a thick layer all over the surface of the Metroid. This includes the helm, the claws, everything. This is going to give a protective layer for the color and give you a really glossy, smooth surface. Then take the piece of paper, put it on a cookie sheet, and stick it in the oven at 200 degrees for 10 minutes or until the entire thing is clear and glossy like you see here. It gives a really nice effect and it completely seals away all that color so it's safe from the elements. Cut a piece of wire that's about 8 inches long and start making a very tight spiral that's about the size of a dime. This is going to give enough grip to the glue to keep it onto your Metroid. Then once you have your dime-sized spiral, go ahead and take your fingers and make a really loose spiral and push up the center so it's 3-dimensional. Then take out your E6000 and glue the dime-sized section onto your Metroid and leave it to dry. Once everything's dried, go ahead and screw it into your hair like so, or, your wig, whatever is your preference. You might have to play around to get the angle right. Then, you're all done! Enjoy your new hair clip, it's super geeky!